my whole life was spent in Swami's. All my vacations, my holidays, school holidays were all in Puttaparthi most of the time. So every birthday, either we would go to Puttaparthi, but my birthday, or Swami, for the most part, as I was growing a little older, was always there in Vrindavan. And I would always have the good fortune to be able to give him some flowers or something like that for my birthday. And I only used to do it for my birthday because I would see all the devotees bringing flowers all the time. And I would usually take roses for him on my birthday. So one particular birthday, and I think it was my 20th birthday, we were all there in Vrindavan, and it was my 20th birthday. And Swami said, "How old are you?" So I said, "Swami, I'm 20. So he said, "Oh, what are the numbers in 20? So I said, 2 and 0. "So what does the 2 stand for?" He asked me. So I said, "I don't know, Swami, what does the 2 stand for?" He said, 2 stands for Shraddha and Bhakti. Shraddha means sincerity, steadfastness, and Bhakti is devotion. So at the age of 20, you must start developing Shraddha and Bhakti, steadfastness and devotion towards God, he said. I said, okay, and I was very happy with this beautiful message on my birthday. So for a while, I was very focused on things that I did on Swami, and I tried to do as many things as possible with devotion. And that went on for a while, but I'm sure all of you have experienced like me. As the mundane world takes over, we forget about this Shraddha and Bhakti and all of that, and life takes over and you keep doing the things. So it went on, and after that also, 21st birthday, 22nd birthday, I would go and see Swami, give him flowers or whatever it was. But he never brought up this topic again. And I also thankfully thought that, okay, Swami has forgotten, I have happily forgotten, and let's not worry about Shraddha and Bhakti, Once in a while in the Sai Center or in the study circle, you would worry about it, and then life goes on. So it went on for a while, and then it was my 30th birthday. I think Swami also wants me to know that everybody in this world should know my age also. So every time I go somewhere, I always get this question. So I had my 30th birthday, and Swami said, "Oh, how old are you?" My birthday, Swami, "How old are you?" 30. "Oh, you're getting up there, isn't it?" I said, "Yes, Swami, 30 years old. By that time I was married, I had 2 children. "Oh, what numbers in 30? 3 and 0. He said, "What does 30 stand for? What does that 3 stand for?" So by now I knew that. First time he has told me Shraddha and Bhakti. So I said, "I don't know." He said, "What did 20 stand for?" So 10 years before he had told me, right? So I said Shraddha and Bhakti. Thankfully I remembered that at least, even if I wasn't practicing it. At least I knew the theory. So I said Shraddha and Bhakti. He said, "Very good. What is 30? "I don't know." He said, 30, the number 3 stands for Trikarana Shuddhi. That is purity of thought, word and action. Trikarana Shuddhi. So, practice that. You are 30 years old. Purity of thought, word, and how difficult. That is one of the most difficult things to practice. Because how can we tell somebody your sari looks horrible on you? We cannot tell them that, no? We say, "Oh, you're looking really nice today." There itself you have failed. That is why if you cannot improve, Swami used to say, if you cannot improve upon the silence, don't talk. So Trikarana Shuddhi. Practice, he said, took the flowers and went away. So 30. For a few days, I got into trouble practicing it. Because then I was overly truthful to everybody and got into trouble. So then everybody said, "You better keep your mouth closed, We don't want to hear all this from you." So slowly Trikarana Shuddhi also fizzles out. Then comes my 40th birthday. So 40th birthday, I was in Puttaparthi. Swami called for an interview. I said, "Swami, yesterday was my birthday." I think it was the previous day or something. "Oh, birthday na? Enta indi vayasu?" Yes. How old are you? Swami, 40 years. You, inta vayasai poyinda. I said, oh my goodness, you're really getting old, you know. I said, yes, Swami. What numbers on 40? In 40. So now I'm a veteran, you know. So I said 4 and 0, Swami, I don't know what the 4 stands for. I only said before he, so he said, oh, you don't know? Very simple. You know, Swami makes it so beautifully simple. Very simple. He said, you have to practice the Purusharthas, 4 Purusharthas. He said, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Dharma means right action, righteousness. Dharma. Artha is wealth. Kama is desire. Moksha is liberation. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. He said, very easy. Earn wealth dharmically. Dharma, Artha. Dharma is righteousness. Artha is wealth. Earn your wealth dharmically, in the right way. Don't practice all sorts of illegal things to get that wealth. Earn wealth correctly, in the right way, because at the age of 40 we all need money. We have to put our kids through college, we need a house, we need whatever we need. So we need the money, but you earn that righteously. Kama Moksha. Kama means desire, Moksha means liberation. While you are earning your wealth righteously, desire only liberation. Earn the wealth to lead the worldly life, which you have to, having come in this body. But your desire should be on liberation, not on other things. So focus on. I listened to that also and I thought, okay, this all sounds highly impractical. Let's not worry about it right now. That's what we do. We listen to Swami's discourse and we always admire his discourse and Anil Kumar's translation. Nothing is translated into our lives. So that was the end of that. My 50th birthday came and went and nothing happened. But it was my father's 80th birthday and Swami decided to celebrate it in Puttaparthi. So he came to me in the line and said, it is Padmanabh's 80th birthday, is it not this year? I said, yes, Swami. He said, you all come, I will celebrate grandly in Puttaparthi. My father became Swami's devotee when he was a 21-year-old boy and Swami was 18. Swami would always say, he and I are friends. He and I are friends. So he was very excited that my father was 80 and he even joked, he said, Padmanabh is 80, I am not 80 still. So it was my father's 80th birthday and Swami had beautifully organized. He called a few of us into the interview room. He was so kind enough to tell the canteen people that this whole family will come for lunch. You cook their traditional meal for them. What we normally, when we have a 80th birthday, we have a traditional meal that we cook. He had informed the canteen people, this is the traditional meal. You go to their room the previous day and check with Kamalama, that is my mother, that if the menu is correct. Swami had written the menu and he said, go and check if the menu is correct and if they say that is correctly the traditional one, you cook in the canteen for them. So we went early morning. Swami called us, we went in there and Swami gave a beautiful discourse on what is this life, how should one person born as a human being, how should we lead useful lives, how we should serve our fellow men, try to be loving, all the usual things that he tells in the discourse, there also he said. And suddenly he said it is, and along with us he had invited another group of people also. So he said, today is Padmanabh's 80th birthday, I have known him for 60 years. So I am doing this, he told them. And then suddenly he looked at me. It has now been almost 15 years since we talk about birthdays. I had not been able to go for other birthdays to Puttaparthi of my birthdays. So he looked at me and said, what numbers in 80? So I said 8 and 0, Swami. And in my mind I'm thinking, what happened to 40, 50, 60, 70? Suddenly from 40 is jumping to 80. I said 80 is 8 and 0. What is 8 and 0? What is 8 standing for? I don't know, Swami. Now my test came. Okay, you tell what 20 stands for. So I said, Shraddha and Bhakti. 30, Trikarna Shuddhi, thought, word and action, purity. 40, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Earn wealth righteously, have desire for liberation. 50, I don't know, Swami, you never told me. 60, you never told me. 70, I have no idea. 80, I don't know. So then Swami gave, he said, you know what, 50? 50 means that the body is made up of 5 elements. You know, all the elements, the body has all of the 5 elements. And you have the 5 senses. These elements, these 5 senses are controlling this body. What the mind sees, what the eye sees, the mind wants. What the tongue, if you see the salvin and nice samosas and coffee downstairs, the tongue will get active. When you're talking about somebody ill, immediately the ears will hear even if microphone is not there. So this is the 5 senses controlling our life. So he said at the age of 50, control the 5 senses. 60, Shadripus, 6 enemies. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. Kama is desire. Krodha is anger. Lobha is greed. Kama, Krodha, Lobha. Moha is attachment. Mada is pride. Matsarya is jealousy. 6 enemies that reside within our body. Start controlling those at the age of 60. What is 70? So he said, at the age of 20, I gave you 10 years till you reach 30. I didn't even ask you. Start practicing Shraddha and Bhakti for 10 years, 20 to 30. You should start practicing it. At the age of 30, you should have been practicing thought, word and action purity. He said you should have been, because he knows I am not. You should have been practicing 10 years time you had. If you have been practicing steadfastness and devotion, purity of thought, word and action should come easily at the age of 30. Then you practice that for 10 years. If you are practicing purity of thought, word and action, your desire will automatically be for liberation. And you will want to earn wealth righteously. And if you are practicing that for 10 years, where your desire is for liberation and you are leading a righteous life, then automatically at 60, at 50, you should be able to control your senses. You won't run after the coffees and the teas and things, which I still do. I asked for a second cup of coffee just now. So, that should come easily. And if you control your 5 senses for 10 years, at the age of 60, it should be easy to control those 6 enemies which are fed by the senses, you know. Anger is fed by the senses. We see somebody doing something, it will irritate us. We hear something bad, we will get. When we see something on television with our eyes, we want that thing. All these desires and enemies are fed by our senses. We said if you control your senses for 10 years, at the age of 60, it should become easy to control those 6 enemies within you. And if you are controlling those 6 enemies till the age of 70, then what happens? You become like the Sapta Rishis. Sapta Rishis in mythological Hinduism is the 7 great sages who have access to the Lord but live in the world. They live in the world serving the communities through prayer and devotion, but they have access to see the Lord whenever they want. Because they have controlled their senses. They have controlled their 5 senses. They have controlled these enemies. So they are in the earth amongst us, moving amongst us, but they are believed to be able to go and see the Lord whenever they want. So you should become like that by controlling your senses and your 6 enemies. At the age of 70, you should become like the Sapta Rishis. So what do? The Sapta Rishis, they are serving the community. So if you are serving the community at the age of 70, another 10 years goes by, you reach the age of 80, which was what my father was. 80, what is 8? You become like the Ashtadikpalakas, the 7 deities that guard the 7 directions of this universe. North, south, east, west, northeast, northwest, southeast, south. 8 directions, we believe, are guarded by the divine entities that look after the whole universe so that everything runs smoothly. What do? They do nothing but serve the universe by looking after it. So by the age of 80, you must not have any of your personal attachment. Your desire should be just to serve the Lord. 80. And then what happens? You practice that. Serve the community. Live for others. Without any particular personal attachment for your own family. At the age of 90, you will become like the Navagrahas. He said, what are the Navagrahas? The 9 planets. What do the 9 planets do? They go on around the sun. The sun is the middle, the axis, and they go around it. You should become like that. Your whole focus should be on the Lord. And your thought, word, action, mind, your senses, everything should be revolving around the Namasmarana of the Lord. Think only of the Lord. The whole being should be for the Lord. Nothing else. And you do that, what comes next? 100. What is 100? What are the numbers? 100. There is one. You do all this Bangaru, you and I are one. You become one with the Lord. You become one. What a beautiful roadmap. Not an easy one. We need GPS in the form of the Sai Center. That is our GPS. We come for satsang, we listen to the study circle, we serve the children, we do Narayan Seva, we do other service activities. Those are the GPS we need to take us correctly on this path. But that is the path that Swami says, having been born as a human being, you must try to lead. It's not possible, very difficult, I do understand, because I am not even at 20 still. Shraddha and Bhakti itself is missing. We will have Bhakti only if everything is going according to us. We will have steadfastness only if everybody listens to us. Any objection on anything that we are doing, we will lose it. So, it is a long path. But Swami says, you must start somewhere. You must develop that yearning somewhere. Because otherwise you have wasted this beautiful body that God has given you. After lifetimes of leading all sorts of lives, you have finally come, born as a human being. Swami has said that so many times in his discourses. Come as a human being, and out of those thousands of human beings, you have developed a spiritual yearning. And out of the many people amongst the spiritual yearners, you have come to a Sai avatar who has spent his whole life in serving us. You had the example of this avatar who has done nothing for himself but only served others. Whatever we have given and he has only taken to please us. Otherwise we feel bad. Oh, I took some flowers for Swami, he didn't take it from me. We feel bad, so he takes it. So that is the charter or roadmap that Swami gave at my father's 80th birthday. I hope all of us together will at least take one step in that journey, if not 1,000.